Share all sharing options. How death threats are keeping Republicans behind Trump. Stephen Richer should be safe. In early 2021, Richer was an Arizona Republican official who regularly attended local party events. At the time, he was the newly elected county recorder of Maricopa County. The job was a new level of importance. Now the top election supervisor in the state's largest county. But going to Arizona Republican events was routine, something Richer, like any state politician, had done hundreds of times before. However, in one incident the crowd heckled and harassed him. When she tried to leave, they dragged back by pulling on arms and shoulders to scold about the allegedly stolen 2020 election. He began to worry, would his own people, members of the Republican Party, do him serious harm? Many Republican faithful had recently decided that Maricopa County was the epicenter of the steal, Joe Biden's theft of Arizona from Donald Trump, and with it the entire presidential election. This wasn't true. Obviously, Richer tried to tell them that wasn't true, hoping his long track record in the state Republican Party would give him some credibility. What happened instead reveals a pattern is quietly reshaping American politics across board and across country. Data reveal that threats against public officials have risen to unprecedented numbers. To 83% of Americans are now concerned about risks of political violence in their country. The threats come from across the political spectrum, but the most significant ones come from MAGA loyalists. Trump's many fanatic followers have created a situation where challenging him carries not only political risks but also personal risks. Elected officials who dare to challenge the former president face serious threats to their well-being and that of their families, increasing the cost of taking an already difficult stand. As a result, threat of violence is now part of American political system, to point where Republican officials, by their own admission, are changing way they behave because they are afraid. For Richer, the price in 2021 was back high, and it was enough to prevent him from safely participating in his own party's politics. The more he tried to convince people that 2020 results were legitimate, the more hostile audience became. And not just at this one event. It happened. He remembers people at Republican rallies hitting him in face, grabbing him, and even hitting the windshield of his car in parking lot. Richer continued to attend party meetings for 3 months, hoping that attendees' behavior would return to normal. What were once friendly events were emotionally draining, and worse, potentially dangerous. That's you do show up to events, Richer recalls. But in the end, you don't feel comfortable. By 2022, as Richer presides over the ballot for the November election, his office has been fortified like a military base surrounded by armed police deployed to protect him and his